Alright guys, what's up and welcome back to the channel and a little bit more Hail Caesar coverage. So we're moving on with our factions, and next up are the mighty Goths. So not an overly long or complicated list, but it's just short, straight, to the point basically, and it's just a blunt instrument. So it's an interesting army composition here. So it's essentially infantry based. You could go 100% infantry. Cavalry can be up to 25%. And if you do run cavalry, basically of that maximum 25%, at least half your cavalry do have to be heavy cavalry, which again, the Goths do have some pretty solid heavy cavalry as well. Again, infantry 75% plus, and at least half the infantry have to be war bands, and again, you have some pretty solid options there. Divisions are pretty common here, and skirmishers per division as well. So let's jump in here, guys. So the Gothic medium infantry war band, basically your bog standard unit that they have. So medium infantry profile, but as a warband, right? So you get that wonderful clash of 9, 25 points a unit. Now we can make as many of those as we want. Stubborn for an extra 2 points, which is pretty solid. And then also fierce fighters for another point on top of that. So, and really any flavor there. So you could just have fierce fighters or stubborn and fierce fighters. So all for 28 points, you get some really just great infantry. And again, they're going to do a lot of work for you. It's not going to be the most durable list, right? We're not feeling any true heavy infantry or anything like that. Now, the cavalry is pretty good overall, but again, we only get a limited amount of that in the force. We do have access to light infantry archers, and that's just a normal size unit, so you get some solid range out of those guys. And again, fighting as light infantry there, so 5s on the clash sustained. We do have the just standard sort of skirmisher package here, nothing too extensive. So we have the small unit javelin groups, and then the small unit slings or bows. So again, just some more ranged abilities there. Now we get into the cavalry, and again, our standard cavalry here is the heavy cav with spears. Again, another wonderful set of 9 clash dice. Again, it does taper off, so again, long fights are not going to be necessarily the best for you, but these guys are eager, and 30 points, we don't always see too much of that. And then one unit, which you might as well go for, is a bodyguard unit that keeps eager and adds wild fighters for another 3 points, not another 30 points. So again, just really solid there. So especially if a general or division commanders leading mainly like a cavalry division or something could be pretty formidable there. And we do have some light cavalry packages here as well. So the rather standard small unit spear javelin one, again, gives you a little bit more short range harassing ability and does what those types of units tend to do. That being said, missing any kind of special rules from them, so nothing in the way of hit and run or anything like that. And then we also, interestingly here, have Hun Light Cavalry with javelins and bows. Also has small units, so again, that does give you some of that more ranged ability there. No Parthian shot or anything for these guys, but again, 17 and 19 points respectively. And then finally, commanders, we have just your standard leadership 8 for everything across the board, and that will do just fine. So the bread and butter here is going to be those war bands and just delivering them as undamaged as possible straight at the enemy, and just clobbering them over and over again while that's going on. Hopefully your cavalry can slip through, get some awesome flanking charges off, or just go deal with other threats. But yeah, your warbands are going to do some serious work for you. But again, lengthy fights are not going to go your way. So if the enemy does, make a stand and sort of withstand any of your charges there, or gets the charge off on you and just really starts hammering through, again, you're going to have potential holes open up in your line, and then things might go south pretty quickly here. But again, you do have enough in the way of skirmishers and missile troops to sort of soften them up and hopefully, be speed bumps for them. But anyway, just a fun list overall, and certainly there are some options out there for models as well, and could really be a colorful force. So let us know in in the comments though, guys, what you think of the Goths. Have you fielded the Goths, and against what types of opponents? How have you exactly composed your lists, and how has that gone for you? And if you've played against Goths, what do you look for, and how do you look at beating them? So hit us up in the comments there, guys. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you do want to support the channel a little bit more as well, check out the link in the description and pop over to Warlord, pick up something there, and that helps support us. So hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll be back with more coverage soon. Take care.